Hi everyone, it's Marilyn Boswin here. For those of you who haven't met me yet, I'm Marilyn, founder of Writing Women's Lives Academy. And I just wanted to jump on and do a live video today to talk to you, check in with you really about your writing dreams and goals for 2017 as we come to the end of 2016. Yesterday, I posted here in the Writing Out Loud Sisterhood a meme, a quote by Harriet Lerner. And I want to read that quote to you now, just to have it fresh on your mind. The quote is this: telling a true story about personal experience is not just a matter of being oneself or even of finding oneself. It is also a matter of choosing oneself. And I tell you, I love that quote so much because when we choose our writing, we really are choosing ourselves. And because we are up against the grain of silencing every time we sit down to write, it's not like, hi Alice, so good to see you here. Because we're up against that grain of silencing every time we sit down to write, it's not like this neat and tidy one and done deal. It's not like we choose or decide on behalf of our writing once and then we can let it go. It's something that we get to re-choose again and again and again. We show up and we re-choose and redecide that we will show up for our writing, re-choose our writing. So what I want to share with you today is a simple but powerful strategy that you can use to choose your writing for 2017, and by extension choose yourself. Really a way to put your writing front and center of your coming year. So the strategy, the tool that I'm going to, hi Jenny, so good to see you here. The strategy is what I call a writing word, choosing a writing word for 2017. And so what is a writing word? Well, a writing word, you may have heard of, or you may be familiar with a word of the year. And if you're not yet familiar with a word of the year, what it is that instead of choosing a New Year's resolution, oh, hi Jenny, I see your heart. Instead of choosing a New Year's resolution, the idea is to choose a word that guides you through the year. And it's a word that you choose to move from where you're at in your life to where you want to be in your life. And that word becomes an intention that you set for your year. Well, choosing a writing word for the year is very similar. And the difference is that you're choosing a word to guide your writing in the coming year. Hi, Jean. So good to see you here. Hello, hello. It's funny, Jean. I was just thinking about you last night. So really extra good to see you here. So your writing word, and hi, Debbie. You inspire me too, Debbie. Thank you. Your writing word is a word that you choose to guide you from where you are now in your writing to where you want to be in the coming year. And so the great thing, many great things about it, but one of the great things is that it gives you an opportunity to reflect back on your writing in the past year and then to take stock, see where you're at, and set an intention through choosing a writing word of where you want to be in the coming year. So, hi Mary Ellen or Mel, it's so good to see you here. So and for those of you who are just chiming in, you will be able to see this video again. Once it goes live, you can, once it goes onto Facebook, you'll be able to see it again. I guess it is on Facebook since I'm live. Obviously, I'm still new at this. But so for example, I want to give you a couple of examples of writing words. So one example is that you might choose a word for your writing that we would consider an action word. So an action, a word that embodies an action you want to take on behalf of your writing in the coming year. So for example, a word like submit, or a word like publish. In fact, I can tell you an anecdote about the word publish. which is the first time I started deliberately choosing a writing word for the year. I chose the word publish. And within a very short time, an essay that I wrote and had submitted was accepted by one of my top tier, one of my dream literary journals to be published in. And in fact, that happened before the new year even started because I had chosen my word early in December. So I share that by way of saying the power behind setting an intention for your writing using a word the word starts to become, your way of being, your MO in relationship to your writing. Another way to think about your writing word is you might choose a word that has less to do with tangible action and more to do with a mindset, more to do with your relationship to your writing. So, for example, you might choose a word like trust, or a word like confidence, or a word like courage. A word that moves you from where you are, and wherever that is the perfect place to be in relationship to your writing. But a word that daily, Ginny's word is daily. Love it, Ginny. It's an excellent example. A word that moves you from where you are in relationship to your writing to where you want to be. So some mindset that you are ready to just move past. And so your word helps you to do that. There's no wrong word. Like you can't choose a wrong word for yourself. The main thing about your writing word for the year is that it really resonates with you, right? That it's just it comes from you in relationship to your writing, and it really moves you toward where you want to be with your writing. So what I wanted to let you know is that I've just recently posted a blog article on my website that goes into more detail about choosing a writing word for the year and gives you more tips and suggestions than I'm providing you here. And what I'll do is I'll put a link to that article below this video so that you have access to it. And even if you've done this before, even if you've chosen a writing word of the year before, I would so encourage you to do this exercise again and to spend some time with it and let yourself kind of immerse yourself in it and let it be, some time to really take some time to reflect on your writing for a couple of reasons. The main one being that you're always growing and you're always becoming more conscious in your writing journey. And so you're always growing in relationship to your writing. And so even if you've done this before and you've chosen a word before, even if it's been recent, it's a great thing to check in to see if you're still at the same, if it's still the same word, or if you are ready to choose a new word that you're moving forward. I will tell you one thing I do, and I don't think I mentioned this in the article, is that throughout the year, I check in with myself every quarter, and I check in with my writing, and I check in with my writing word to see, okay, is this still the word that's guiding me, or is there another word that's emerging because I'm growing and ready to move on to a new word and a new place in my writing. So that's my encouragement to do this exercise again, even if you have done it before, and even if you've done it in recent times. Let's see. Oh, the other thing I want to say is, post your word here. Once you choose a word like Ginny did with daily, post your word here. And there's a couple of reasons to do that. One is that once you post your word here, that word goes beyond you. So you're setting an intention, and by posting your word here, you're actively putting that intention out into the universe. And because we're a sisterhood here, it's a one for all for one energy that we have. And that energy is very, it lends velocity to your word, and it puts your word on all of our awareness so that we're all thinking of you and that word going together. We're thinking of that word with your writing. So for example, right now I'm thinking Ginny is going to write daily in 2017. And everyone listening to this video, because she's put her word, she's already posted her word, we all, whether we're consciously thinking of it or not, we all have Ginny and her word in our minds. And so we are all helping Ginny to step into her word and embody her writing word in 2017. Another reason, a great reason to post your word is because when we see each other's words, sometimes it really helps to see other people's words. Not necessarily because someone else will post your writing word that you haven't thought of yet, though that can happen. Sometimes, you'll see someone else's writing word and it will, oh, that's it, that's my word. And that's fantastic, that's fine. But another thing is when we see each other's words, sometimes the one that is our writing word has been like trying to get our attention, and it's through another word that that word pops through. So that's another great reason for us to share our writing words with each other and to post them here. So let me see, is there anything else? I think that's it for now. Really, really good to be here with you. And I do want to say thank you so much for being part of this Writing Out Loud sisterhood. I love the warmth and the energy and the smarts that is here in this group, all of us together, all of you together in this sisterhood. We are powerful and there is no stopping us. And the last thing I'll say is remember that someone out there needs to read the story that you need to write. And so let's head in that direction with your writing word. Okay, bye for now. Much love. I'll see you soon.